Well, hello, everybody. It is August. It is summer, and I am Sarah, also known as Goldilocks, doing my keto food plan. And I am so delighted being back being keto. And I just did a naked weigh-in. Oh, God, I have to do it in the dark, of course. But I lost 2.2 pounds in the month of July. So I am very, very happy. So when I add that to the other weight that I've lost, I'm totally happy, totally in sync with my keto. And as Miss Joyce said to me, doesn't that make you motivated? Uh-huh. Sure does. Loving the veggies again and smaller portions of meat. I still do my OMAD, one meal a day, between 2 and 3 in the afternoon. And whatever it is that I have, which I usually post in a separate video, seems to sustain me to the next day. And I'm happy with that. I don't know if it's older, and because of having an older metabolism, I eat less, but it works better. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that I left keto to do the carnivore, ate gobs and gobs of meat, and yes, I did get sick of having ribeye. I know, hard to believe. And then just felt unsatisfied, dissatisfied, and really almost repulsed by meat, so much meat. So I'm happy to be back doing smaller amounts of my protein and my veg additions, and it just works. And I also have things like guacamole. I still have the dairy. I'll have scrambled eggs with cheese or cheese omelet, something like that. It just all works again, and I'm delighted. And I hope on your journey, if something's not working for you, that you're not stuck on stubborn. I have a picture of me as a little child, and I'm just like this, just being a stubborn little brat. And if if you find that you've got a little bit of that in you with your food plan, maybe you're just, stuck on the stubborn part and not willing to tweak or change. If you came into your older years, 50s, 60s, 70s, and you had gained, a bunch of the weight and it doesn't seem to be going anywhere, and yet you were successful when you were younger, it doesn't necessarily mean that what you did back then is going to work now. When you've put on some of those stubborn pounds and they're just there, you can't change a couple of things and expect, it to fall off of you like it did when you were 20 or 30. Sorry, you just can't. So you have to undo those hands, undo that scowl on your face, and do the same for your metabolism that you're doing for your facial and your body language, right? If you're at that, I'll do anything but that place, well, that's a good luck with that, isn't it? I mean, you know, it, if you've been doing the same thing the same way for a couple of decades and it's not working out in the losing department, whether it's inches or pounds, that's insanity. And insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Uh, it's don't hate the messenger, but really, if things aren't working in your favor and somebody points it out in a video and you go, wow, that's really me, then really stop, take a look. It could be really you. And a couple of tweaks can make a world of difference. I've been able to lose the carnivore weight and some other weight in the last 2 months, and it is because I've made changes. And the most noticeable one for me is I no longer drink my calories, which means I'm not putting creamers or fats or oils. I'm not putting anything in my coffee anymore. Huh. Totally black. This is VitaCup Genius Blend. Yeah, I know. No comments. I know. We're still waiting for the genius part kick in. But it's loaded with the B vitamins. I don't know if it works or not. But I happen to have boxes and boxes of it because, in case you didn't know, I'm a coffee hoarder. I also was a beef hoarder in my freezer. And so I'm really, I'm working off my coffees, which is good. And so that is my Genius blend that I'm having this morning. So not having my coffee with creamers and fats and oils in it has made perhaps a difference. I've been drinking black coffees now for 2 or 3 months. Maybe that's added to it. I've also gone from strict carnivore back to keto, enjoying and inviting vegetables in. I started slow. The lettuce didn't work out, but the veggies seemed to work out. The yellow squash, the zucchini, the Hubbard squash, spaghetti squash, acorn squash, and my trusty asparagus, and also Brussels sprouts. So those things seem to work, and I like including them. And I know that, some people think of veggies as just fillers for, what you can't have with, fatty protein. But for me, it's part of the delightful spread of foods. Oh, and cucumbers too. I've included cucumbers now, and I love them. And so I've been lucky in figuring out stuff. But if you'll give up anything but that, and it's that's keeping you from losing, keeping you from unlocking whatever it is in your metabolism that has kept you, stubbornly poised at a certain amount of weight, well, take an honest step back and look at what you're doing. You could even email me what you're doing, and sometimes it's obvious what is happening, what you're doing that's not helping. And these could be perfectly legal keto foods, but maybe it's just too much of them. They say it's the dose, not the poison, right? So some people can have the fruits, some people can have the veggies, and large amounts. Some people can do tons of total carbs. I never ever ever advise net carbs because it's a phony reading for you. It's not really telling you the story. So what if you can subtract the fiber? We're not on keto for fiber. That's like another old program where you're heavy on fiber. What we're on is to have a program that works for your gut, works for your head, works on the plate, and you're happy, you're satisfied, you're content with what you have. You're more user friendly in going places and doing things. It's not like, I can't have that, so I don't want to go. I mean, let's not be bratty and stubborn at our age. Let's be willing to be willing, because let's face it, you've got some years of experience, you have some wisdom, but maybe there's just a couple of places where the stubborn isn't working for you. And, I will get personal emails from people, and I will tell them straightforward, that's really not going to help you. That's really not what you're going to need. That's really maybe, aiding and abetting your weight staying right where it is, or your size staying right where it is. So being willing to be willing is really, quite a show of experience and wisdom that you can do for yourselves. I don't want to be, very strong about that with you. It's just that I see it with personal emails that I get, or other videos that I watch, other people's journeys where it's like, I just can't seem to, I lost the 30 or 40 pounds before, went off the rails, now I'm back and I can't seem to lose the last 15. Well, what are you doing? Oh, well, I'm still having artificial sweeteners, and I'm still having diet sodas, and I'm still having, fruit, and I'm still making all those keto treats. Well, okay, take a step back. Who do you see recommending those things that's been successful? Not a lot of people. And, excuse me, definitely not a lot of people that are our age, right? It's just common sense. It's like, it's not boo-hoo for you or me. It's like, this is what happens when you get older. And you do have to clean it up pretty darn clean to be able to have a little bit of success. Just my journey I'm talking about. But if your journey is stuck, check out the stuck on the stubborn part and see, are you contributing to that by not looking at that and being willing to be willing? Just saying. All right, yesterday, or my last video, I talked about Mark Sisson's talking about barbecue sauce. And, you know, I never knew he had an unsweetened barbecue sauce and organic to boot. Organic to boot. So I am delighted. I found this in a regular grocery store, Star Market, Shaw's, they're called both on the Cape, also known as Albertsons. And so this little jar, $5.99 for 8.5 ounces. But I'm okay with that because I'm not going to use a lot anyway. You know, I made it this far. And I used to check out the stubs, and they had sugar-free, but they had artificial sweeteners in it. Blah! Not for me, thank you. So I never got it. But now, you know, every now and then, it seems exciting. This is non-GMO, organic, Whole30, no sugar added, no soy, and keto and paleo friendly. Okay? And the ingredients are all the organic spices. 2 tablespoons, 35 grams, are 15 calories without any sweetener, artificial or the sugar. The carbs are 3. So for 2 tablespoons, you've got 3 carbs, and I am willing to spend some carbs on this, whether it's pork or chicken, just to have a little something, something. So I'm delighted. I just wanted to do the show and tell that I found it. It took some searching. I was in the barbecue sauce section, and bottles had hidden, you know, it with all the other things. And but I'm delighted to find an organic, unsweetened barbecue sauce just to add to the mix. If I'm using my grill in the summer, we use it in the winter too, but it'd be nice to have like a pork chop that you could just kind of have a little barbecue taste in. And when we have our pork chops, just so you know, they are cooked on the big green egg. They're smoked for a couple of minutes each side. I finish them off in the air fryer, and then I will have like 2 tablespoons in a very tiny little dish of this, and it will make for a delightful little dinner, don't you know, my OMAD. So I just wanted to check in again, and I hope that everything's going well for you. Work on the stuck on stubborn, because it could be as resistant as your fat, right? Resistant fat, stuck on stubborn. I have that picture to remind me. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you the next time. This has been Sarah, also known as Goldilocks, with all of the pickles and the turtles and the no matter what club members. We're all here doing what we do, being willing to be willing. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you the next time. Bye-bye for now.